welcome to Tales of Honor Podcast, a podcast dedicated to telling the true stories of every recipient of the Medal of Honor. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tales of Honor Podcast. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrosch, and before we get into today's episode, I have two living Medal of Honor recipient birthdays for the end of March that I would like to cover. First up will be retired Navy SEAL Michael Thornton. He turned 71 on the 23rd of March, and also a happy birthday goes out to Kyle White, who turned 33 on the 27th of March. So those are the most recent living Medal of Honor recipient birthdays for March. I don't have any for April quite yet. I'd like to keep them all within a week of happening, whether it's a week before or a week after. So I'm going to do my best to stay on top of that. But for now, let's move on to episode 294, taking place once again in World War I. And now, a tale of honor. Jake was born on the 13th of July, 1887, in Prizren, which is in modern-day Kosovo. His birth name is Alexa, and I'm not entirely certain how he received the name Jake, or even how he came to the United States, but I do know that he enlisted in the U.S. Army in Chicago, Illinois, and he would also be known as Jake Alex. He was deployed as a corporal with Company H, 131st Infantry, 33rd Infantry Division, and it was his actions in France that would earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "At a critical point in the action, when all the officers with his platoon had become casualties, Corporal Alex took command of the platoon and led it forward until the advance was stopped by fire from a machine gun nest. He then advanced alone for about 30 yards in the face of intense fire and attacked the nest. With his bayonet, he killed 5 of the enemy, and when it was broken, he used the butt of his rifle, capturing 15 prisoners." Although not much else is known about his life after the war, it is known that Jake returned to Chicago and he received the Medal of Honor on the 2nd of April, 1919. Alexa Mandusich died on the 28th of August, 1959, at the age of 72, and is buried in the Serbian Orthodox Monastery of St. Sava in Libertyville, Illinois, Section B, Row 6, Lot 446. And that was a tale of honor. Thank you for listening to Tales of Honor Podcast. Head on over to talesofhonorpodcast.com where you can read these stories, see other ways to support the show, and easily share a story with your friends and family. Tales of Honor Podcast is written and produced by Christoph Ambrosch, and theme song, A New Beginning, is by Ben Sound. If you have any questions or comments, you can send them to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Christoph Ambrosch. Thanks for listening.